Hello everyone, I'm Alicia Malone.
I am Eric Davis.
And I'm excited, Eric.
I'm excited too.
Because I'm about to see the trailer for Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Now, you've already cheated, you've seen this.
I have. This is the final trailer for Fantastic Beasts, Where to Find Them. This is an exciting movie. This is like the most anticipated fall movie of the season. Harry Potter prequel.
Yeah.
We're excited.
I am so excited. I'm a bit of a pothead. Or Potterhead. I don't know what the correct terminology is. But I love Harry Potter. I love all the books. I love all the movies. And I can't wait to see this movie and just get involved in that world again. It's such a great universe, cinematic universe, I guess you could start to say, because now this is a spin-off.
It's definitely, yeah. You're like the opposite of me. I am not a Potterhead. I'm familiar with Harry Potter. I've seen some of the movies. I haven't read any of the books. So I'm kind of coming. I haven't read any of the books. No.
What?
So I'm going in fresh.
And you're a father.
I am.
I am ashamed.
I'm going in. So I want to go in fresh to Fantastic Beasts. Like I love the cast. I love the New York setting, and I'm like, all right. Well, what if I started with this movie as my sort of intro into this world, and then maybe backtrack? So that's kind of that's how I'm approaching it.
That's an interesting perspective on it, and I've purposely stayed away from the internet this morning. I, tweeted out that we're going to be doing this, but I didn't look at any tweets about this trailer. I haven't watched this trailer because I wanted to see it live. And one thing that I'm really hoping with this trailer, something that we haven't seen yet, are the beasts themselves.
Fantastic. Are they fantastic?
Are they fantastic, and where do you find them?
I don't know.
That's what I want to know. So I think what we could do is get Jimmy to put the trailer up, and we'll watch it and react to it and then talk about it afterwards. I'm excited. Let's roll.
Watch it.
What's exciting so far? Oh, there you go.
You've known for 24 hours that an unregistered wizard set magical beasts loose in New York?
Yes.
Where is this man?
Hey!
So, you're the guy with the case full of monsters, huh?
Use travels first.
Mr. Scamander, do you know anything about the wizarding community in America?
Hey! That's a beast!
Hey, Mr. English guy! I think your egg is hatching!
You wiped his memory, right? The no magic?
What?
No magic. The non-wizard.
Sorry, we call them muggles.
I don't think I'm dreaming.
Oh, gave it away.
I ain't got the brains to make this up.
Something is stalking our city. Wreaking destruction. And then disappearing without a trace. Witches live among us.
We've lived in the shadows for too long.
Oh, the hair.
I ask all of you, who does this protect? Us or them? Danger. He senses danger.
This is related to Grindelwald's attacks in Europe. This could mean war.
We got a plan, right, guys?
They need our help.
Was that everything that came out of the case?
I won't let another one die. I refuse to bow down any longer. Time is running out, Mr. Scamander.
Oh, it looks so good. I'm so excited.
It's pretty good. Pretty good.
So a couple of things. Firstly, we got to see some beasts, which looks really cute. We don't know the names for them yet, but I loved seeing the cute little guy, little hedgehog, kind of looks almost like a platypus at the same time.
Yeah, some of those are, I think, part of the Potter universe. Like the tree guy, who I forget, it's like the Groot-esque guy has a name and has been in like Potter video games, I believe. And
Yeah.
is like a character in there. So it's what I like about it is that they're bringing in sort of these little pieces of the universe of Harry Potter that you may have seen on like a book that Harry had, or on like a pamphlet that Harry had, or a card that Harry had, and they're kind of exploring those a little bit more. Which is fun, I think, for Potter fans to see those connections.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the thing about this whole movie is it's based on a book, which is like a textbook about Fantastic Beasts, and then they've made it into a film. It's great that, you know, J.K. Rowling, she actually wrote this script, and that's the first time writing it. And they've got so many of the Potter behind-the-scenes people come back for it, like David Yates, who we were talking about before we started rolling.
Yeah, this is his fifth movie in this world. So I think that if you're a Harry Potter fan, and you're coming into this kind of with reservations of like, can they recapture the magic of those Harry Potter movies? You know, they have all of these people that worked on those movies coming back, you know, and I think that that's a big thing that you don't always get when they kind of revisit sort of a world or a franchise, and I think Yates knows what he's doing. The fact that J.K. Rowling is so involved in this movie, she wrote the script, she's more involved in this movie than she was in any of the Harry Potter movies. You know, I think that's kind of a cool thing. And they've already mapped out this story. So there's a sequel already in the works for 2018. They know what they're bringing to the table. They know how to get you excited. The music, it looks good. As a non-Potter fanboy,
Yeah, what do you think of it?
I want to see it. You know, what I love is the old New York. That's what speaks to me. I'm a New Yorker. I love the fact that they have New York accents actually in this movie. And it's old New York. It's 1920s New York. They have that big scene at the end where they're flushing something through the subways, and that probably describes why the subways are so horrible today because of that scenario.
Exactly, because of that bloody beast. Yeah. The thing that I really like about it, like you were saying, is that it has elements of Harry Potter world. So it feels familiar, but at the same time, it's a completely different story. It takes place in a different timeline. It's set in 1920s New York. So you have the American magical community, like that line in the trailer about, don't you know how the American community works, the magical community, and then the idea of, instead of muggles, they're called no magic, basically. And then they have the auras that are like the police, and that's, you know, Colin Farrell's character, who's trying to crack down on these beasts like going everywhere in New York and causing trouble. So it's definitely a more grown-up Harry Potter, which I think is a smart thing to do because the fans like me have grown up with the series. And so now this feels like it's something that is more for people my age, or I can at least justify to myself when I get so excited about seeing it.
Yeah, more adults. And more a Harry Potter kind of cinematic universe movie for adults. You know, you mentioned Colin Farrell. He looks like he's the villain in this movie. I think that's kind of what, but he also has something going on. Ezra Miller looks like he may be.
What is that hair? I just have to say, like that haircut, the bowl haircut.
Yeah, a little bit of a weird cut.
But he's such a great actor.
20s New York, you know. We call him no mages here. You
Yeah,
know?
no
This is what we
mage.
call him here on this
I'm
Sunday.
walking here. I'm magicking here.
There is some little kind of connections, I think, to Dumbledore, which they mentioned this other wizard. Grangelward or something like that is his name.
Yeah,
it's very
it's
mentioned
connected.
briefly in the trailer about how he's attacking Europe. And I think in the Potter sort of mythology at this time, he was a very popular dark wizard.
Yeah.
And he had some run-ins with Dumbledore, and there's a long history there, and without spoiling anything. And so I think that if you are kind of a Potterhead, that those connections may tease maybe him being the primary villain of this overarching franchise.
Absolutely.
Which could mean that they would go back to Europe as well, and we could see that happen too down the line. And so I think that, I think I like the way they're mixing in the Potter mythology here. And this is, I think, a big thing right now too, with Rogue One coming out in December. They're doing something similar.
A spin-off story, but still part of the universe.
Within,
and I much prefer that to just having a remake or a sequel. It's kind of a prequel, but at the same time, it takes place in a different world as well as being the same universe, if that makes sense. I was really lucky that I got to visit the set of this last year,
And how was
Fantastic
that?
Beasts. It was amazing because it was actually filmed in London, and Eddie Redmayne joked about that he said when he got the role of Newt Scamander, I love that name, he said to his wife, like, pack your bags, honey, we're going to New York. And then he found out, no, it's actually filming in London. So they filmed at the same studios as Harry Potter, the Leavesden Studios, the Warner Brothers Studios, big backlot. And they built these streets of New York. And I got to walk around, and they had the cars going past, they had all the extras, they had steam coming out of the grates, and the costumes are beautiful because although they brought back many people from the Harry Potter world, like there's the guy that makes the wands is back, and I got to touch a wand, I was really excited. And then, don't think too much about that. But Colleen Atwood is in charge of all the costumes. Multi-Oscar winning, I think she's won 3 Oscars and been nominated for so many more for her costume designs, and it just looks beautiful, all the 20s style. And I was lucky that she dressed me
You
in
dressed
costume.
in 1920s New York.
And she
car.
dressed me herself. Colleen Atwood herself took a look at me. She'd seen some photos before the shoot, and then she decided that I was going to be an aura because she said that I'm a bit of a badass, she can tell. So I'm like, oh, I'm not at all, but I'm glad I appear that way. So I got to dress up in some of those outfits and walk around the streets,
Awesome.
and it
So,
was
if,
just
so
awesome.
if she wins an Oscar for this movie,
Yeah,
you could be like,
I'll be like,
it's part of that.
that's
helped
a small part of it.
inspire that. In
Yeah.
some small way.
But it was so cool to go to the set and just see everything. I imagine for the actors it must be so helpful to walk on the set and have tangible, like tactile things they can touch. Green screen as well. Of course, we saw some of the effects in the trailer, like the one you were like, oh, that's so cool when you go into the briefcase.
Yeah, that was really cool.
But it does seem like, of course, there's going to be so much CGI, but at least the sets were look like they're very realistic.
Yeah, that kind of practical sort of feel, which I think we're seeing a lot more of now, especially with the reemergence of like a Star Wars The Force Awakens, where they're going back to practical effects. It's like we went through the 80s, which was all about practical effects, into the computer age, which was all computer generated, and now we're sort of cycling back to
have
like
that
that old school, you know.
nice mixture.
Yeah, you want kind of creatures that people feel like they could reach out and touch, I think.
Yeah, and it's, of course, it's hard to do when you've got something like the Fantastic Beasts that are something that's of a complete creation. And I imagine for the actors to have to see a flying thing and imagine it in their heads must be tricky. We've got Gina over there on our fact check, and she said, yes, Colleen has won 3 Oscars, which is amazing. And I wouldn't be surprised if she is nominated again for this movie.
It looks awesome.
It
The
looks
costumes
amazing.
look great.
I think the costumes are
Looks
great. The actors are wonderful as well. It's such an interesting collection of actors. You were saying before we started about Catherine Waterston.
Yeah, who's great. I love her in Inherent Vice, the Paul Thomas Anderson movie. I fell in love with her in that film. And she's Sam Waterston's daughter.
Yeah.
So it's the Waterston family. And she's, I think, a terrific actress. When I saw her in Inherent Vice, I was like, she's going to be the next big thing. And I think we're starting to see her emerge now. This is, I think, really her first major kind of blockbuster movie. And she's an integral part of the film. And I think it's going to be cool to see her kind of, spread her wings a little bit as an actress in the movie.
Yeah, she was saying that was her first big sets, first big CG that she had to imagine and be involved with that world, but she loved it. Also, you've got, we mentioned Colin Farrell, but you've got Jon Voight in there as well, which I didn't realize that he was in the film at all, so
he's got a
excited
part.
to see what role he's playing.
Yes.
And then some great actresses like Alison Sudol, who plays the sister to Catherine Waterston's character. And she's someone that no one would recognize the name of, and she's a newcomer, but she has such a beautiful quality about her when I was watching them film on set that just seems very, very vulnerable. At the same time, they're both strong female characters, which of course I love.
Which is great.
And then Eddie himself, Oscar winner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He looks
Eddie
perfect.
Redmayne.
And he looks perfect for this role. He just kind of melts into these roles, and he has that sort of perfect sensibility to play this guy who seems like he's smart and brainy and knows a lot about this specific situation, but he also seems like he's a little fractured.
Yes, he's a fish out of water,
Yes.
particularly in this world. And you can see in the trailer, he's kind of a bit hunched over, a bit looking down, a little bit shy maybe, and obviously doesn't mean to cause as much trouble as he does with his magical briefcase. But Colleen Atwood was telling me on the set that she purposely made his vest just a little bit too tight. So he does give him that like hunched over, he does look out of place, and he does look like he just doesn't quite fit anywhere. So he doesn't fit in this New York world, and he doesn't fit into his costume, and I love that. Gina's reminding us that Zoe Kravitz is going to be in this as well, and she is a wonderful actress. We've seen her, and she was great in Dope, I remember last year. Mad Max Fury Road.
Mad Max Fury Road.
She was cool.
She's in a lot of movies. She just pops up kind of as in the background, and she's really good. And Dan Fogler too.
And she's going to be in the sequel as well. And one thing that does look different already about this trailer is that you have diversity. It's not all the same looking characters, as that's what a lot of Harry Potter, critics of the movies were saying, that there was just a bit too much of the same type of person that was cast in that. So I love that they're trying different things with this movie. And hopefully it doesn't, because we know a sequel is coming, I'm just hoping that it tells a complete story within itself. I think the Harry Potter films were pretty good at doing that, but they all felt complete the same time they all worked together.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like you're getting part of a story that should have ended.
Yeah.
You want to feel like I have a complete experience of this film, and I'm looking forward to what the next chapter would be. So, but J.K. Rowling, like we said, she wrote this. She's masterminding this whole thing.
In
she
J.K.
knows how
we
to tell a
trust.
story. Yes, in J.K. we trust. So
Yeah.
I think it looks cool. I think as somebody who's not as obsessed with Harry Potter, like I want to see it. I think it looks cool. I think it looks like a fun, fantastical movie that speaks to sort of where we are right now and how we want these franchises to kind of continue to live on and see these different stories, but still kind of hang out in that universe. And I think that does everything.
Yes, exactly. I think it ticks all the boxes for what franchises should do, and what we haven't seen much of this summer, unfortunately, is something that feels wholly original. At the same time, it's part of a whole series. You've got JK, she's writing this one, she's also writing the sequel, so it will have that Harry Potter universe explained properly. Harry Potter fans will love it. At the same time, it'll give you something new, and I think if you're not a Harry Potter fan, hopefully you will enjoy it just as much. So let us know in the comments below, what do you think of the final trailer for Fantastic Beasts and where to find them? Are you as excited as me? Can you not wait for November? Oh God, I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm Alicia Malone.
I am Eric Davis.
And we will see you soon. Bye.
Bye.